Welcome students. This is the second video of chapter combustion and flame. Now we will discuss types of combustion. Now combustion is of different types. First is rapid combustion. When a combustible substance burns at a rapid rate, producing a very large amount of heat and light in a short period of time, it is called rapid combustion. For example, bring a burning matchstick or a gas lighter near a gas stove in the kitchen, turn on the knob of the gas stove. We find that the gas burns rapidly and produces heat and light. Second type of combustion is spontaneous combustion. When a combustible substance burns on its own without the help of any external heat, it is called spontaneous combustion. For example, many disastrous fires in coal mines result due to this kind of combustion. The heat rays coming from the sun or a lightning strike might be responsible for this kind of combustion. Then third type of combustion is explosion. Now combustion reaction that occurs suddenly with the evolution of a large amount of gases, heat, light and sound, it is known as explosive combustion. For example, when a firecracker is ignited, a sudden reaction takes place with the evolution of heat, light and sound with a large amount of gas. Next topic is what is flame. Now a flame is a region where combustion or burning of a fuel in its gaseous form takes place to produce heat and light. In the diagram it is given that the flame consists of three parts: hottest part, moderately hot and least hot. Structure of flame. A flame has three main zones. First is outermost zone. It is blue in color and it is the hottest part of the flame. This is also the zone where complete combustion takes place, producing carbon dioxide and water vapor. The outermost zone is quite thin and non-luminous. Second zone is middle zone. It is yellow in color and is moderately hot. In this zone, partial combustion takes place, producing carbon particles and carbon monoxide. The unburned carbon particles become hot and emit yellow light. So it is the glow of hot carbon particles which makes the middle zone of the flame luminous. It is a major part of the flame. Third part is innermost zone. It is black in color and is least hot. Hence, we can find the unburned wax vapors of a candle. Now, why do goldsmiths blow at the outermost zone of the flame for melting gold and silver? This is because the outermost zone of the flame is the hottest part of the flame. Goldsmiths blow the outermost zone of the flame with a metallic blowpipe for melting the pieces of gold and silver into desired shapes to make jewelry. When air is blown through blowpipe into the flame, it helps in the rapid combustion of the fuel and hence makes the flame hotter, which is sufficient to melt gold and silver. Next is what is a fuel. Now fuels are the substances that give us heat which we use for domestic and industrial purposes such as wood, kerosene, and petrol. So, the materials which are burned to produce a large amount of heat energy are known as fuels. Then, what are the characteristics of a good fuel or ideal fuel? Now, ideal fuel is that which has a proper ignition temperature, which should be neither too high nor too low, and it does not produce undesirable or poisonous substances and does not cause pollution. It does not leave behind any ash. It is cheap, it is readily available, it produces a large amount of heat. It means it should have high calorific value. Then it has a moderate rate of consumption. It is easily controllable, which can be started or stopped as needed. It is easy to handle and transport it, and it has low moisture content so that it can burn easily. Next is fuel efficiency. Now, fuel efficiency depends on its calorific value. So, what is the meaning of calorific value? The amount of heat energy produced on complete burning of 1 kilogram of a fuel is called the calorific value of a fuel. The more is the calorific value of a fuel, more is the efficiency of the fuel. Now, the calorific value of the fuels is expressed in kilojoules per kg, and in the table the calorific value of some fuels is given. Now, according to this table, LPG gas has calorific value equal to 55,000 kilojoule per gram, and hydrogen has the highest calorific value, which is 1,50,000 kilojoule per kg. Now, what are the harmful effects of burning of fuels? Now, if we burn the fuels, then it can cause many harmful effects. First is carbon fuels like wood, coal, and petroleum. They release unburnt carbon particles, and these fine particles are very dangerous pollutants which can cause respiratory diseases such as asthma, and these fine particles are known as SPM. Full form is suspended particulate matter. Second is incomplete combustion of these fuels such as coal, gasoline, and other fossil fuel releases carbon monoxide gas, and it is a very poisonous gas. It is dangerous to burn the coal in a closed room because carbon monoxide combines with the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a red pigment which is present in our blood to form carboxyhemoglobin, and it makes it incapable of transporting oxygen. So many of these fuels, they release unburnt hydrocarbons, many of which are carcinogenic, means they can cause cancer, and they also cause serious health hazards. Third is carbon dioxide, which is released by most of the fuels during combustion, causes an imbalance in atmosphere. Deforestation is also leading to a situation where there are fewer trees to absorb the excess amount of carbon dioxide, and this increased amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere can lead to global warming. Next is burning of coal and diesel releases sulfur dioxide gas, and this gas is extremely suffocating and corrosive gas and it can cause irritation in the nose and throat. It also causes shortness of breath, wheezing, and a feeling of tightness around the chest portion. Now, petrol engines also release different gaseous oxides of nitrogen. These sulfur and nitrogen oxides, they dissolve in rainwater to form acids and they cause acid rain. Then what is global warming? Now global warming is the rise in the temperature of the atmosphere of the earth. This results in the melting of polar glaciers, which leads to a rise in the sea level, causing floods in the coastal areas. Now, low lying coastal areas may even be permanently submerged underwater. Now, the main cause of global warming is the increased amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, because carbon dioxide absorbs infrared rays, which are the heat rays which are emitted by the earth and radiated back to the atmosphere, and it rises the temperature of the atmosphere. So this is also known as greenhouse effect. Now what is acid rain? Acid rain means the rain of acids, and it is very harmful to crops, soil, animals, and buildings. Now these acids are formed when sulfur dioxide and oxides of nitrogen, they dissolve in rainwater. Acid rain also damages the trees, causes acidification of lake or stream water, and also damage the forest soils. Now the buildings, statues, and sculptures which are the part of nation's cultural heritage can also get destroyed due to acid rain. It means acid rain is harmful for living as well as non-living things. Thank you.